Good morning. It's June the 22nd, Monday. Exactly 6 months since we were locked down here in Hangzhou, China. And I wanted to do a short video bringing you up to date with what's happening here in China and give you some idea maybe of what you're going to have to go through in the UK or the United States, wherever you're watching this. What can I say about, see, we're still wearing masks even around the first thing. we're wearing masks still around the community. I'm just walking the dog in the community. I don't wear it if there's nobody in the vicinity, but if I'm going to be by people. As you can see, we're just going to walk through where all these grandmas and kids are, so I'll put my mask back up. And so, yeah, we'll put the mask back up if we get close to people, but generally here in the community we still don't need it. But when we go out, if we go on in a taxi, the DD, if we go on the bus, go into shops, we generally need to wear masks. So that's the one thing that we are continuing to do, and people are continuing to do generally in China. Not everybody's doing it, but most of us. Here's another thing that's happening, is that we have two rabbits living free on our community. There's one, the other one went into the bushes over there. And of course my Jack Russell is really keen to go and say hello. I actually posted a video about it if you want to have a look. And we'll leave the white rabbit to enjoy their freedom. And what we're seeing, as you might have seen in the news, that there's been a second wave in Beijing, and in Beijing they've been locking down, testing people, in huge numbers, unlike what they've been trying to do in the UK. And they're trying to contain it, so you can't get a train or a plane to Beijing. The travel to Beijing is banned at the moment, stopped. And there's been some leakage, of course, from that. And we do have cases here in Zhejiang Province, so which raises the worry level again. So we went out and bought masks the other day. We've got masks, but we bought more masks. It's better to be safe than sorry, be prepared. So yeah, so there's the worry about the second wave, and I just read in the newspaper today, Germany is seeing a huge spike in its R number, and Britain isn't doing much better. And it's going to be a long, hard road for you. A long, long, hard road. It's been 6 months here and we're still worried about it. So don't think it's going to get better anytime soon. The other consequences are, I started work with the new semester, May, I think it was, no, April, May, online. So all my classes went online, which was a new skill to learn. And then we finally got back into the classroom about 5 weeks before the end of the semester. And even once I got back into the classroom, not all the students were in the class. Some were online, so I had to do a mix of online classes and teaching in the classroom. And of course it's difficult because the instructions were to wear masks. The students were not allowed to sit together, which makes it very difficult. I had to do public speaking exam A public speaking exam, when usually a student has to stand out the front and give a public speech, and you know, I mark them for various things: eye contact, body language, all those sorts of things that I teach. And of course, being online, over half my class was online, so I couldn't do that. So it's been difficult, but that's in the past. I'm on holiday now. And talking about being on holiday, this time last year I was in Britain. This is the time that I normally go back to Britain, see my parents, see my daughter, and see my friends. And of course, that's impossible to happen. That's not going to happen this year. Can't travel, and even travel in China, because we thought, well, if we can't travel to the UK, let's go and see some of China. But then this second wave started happening in Beijing, and it's like, what? So what would happen if we went to another city on holiday, like Kunming in Yunnan Province, which is where I want to go, and they get locked down and you're stuck in a strange city for a lockdown? And then when you come back to Hangzhou, you have to do quarantine in a hotel at your own cost for 2 weeks. Well, it's impossible. Even little side journeys, like I went to go and visit my friend in Zhejiang, which is about an hour away on the train. Yeah, can't do that. My wife can't go and see her mum. She hasn't seen her mum since January. And she lives in Hangzhou, which is about an hour and a half away by train. Can't do that because of the worry of this virus. It's messing up everybody's lives, as you well know. So, you know, life is pretty much back to normal. We can go out, we can go shopping, we can go to restaurants, we can do all that stuff, but people are still wearing masks, and there's still, you know, a worry that the virus is somewhere. So we still wash our hands after touching, or trying not to touch the lift buttons, or going around the supermarket. So there's a little bit of paranoia there, you know, a little bit of worry about, you know, what is happening, what's going on. Yeah, personally, I'm happy I live in China because it's safe. I really would worry about being in Britain. It's bad enough here, you know. It's easy to get a touch of hypochondria, you know. You have a bit of a cough, or you're feeling a bit wheezy, and then you start thinking, oh my God, have I caught the virus? Because you just don't know. You just don't know where it is. And it's going to keep popping up and popping up and popping up until we get an inoculation, I guess. So we're 6 months in. I was sort of thinking maybe I could get to the UK in the spring break, which is January, February, where we get about a month or 6 weeks off. But I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I really don't think. I mean, China's closed. There are people who want to come to China, and you can't get into China because it is now closed to foreigners. So even if I got to the UK this summer, I couldn't get back into China. And even if I could get back into China, then I'd have to be quarantined. And who wants to sit on an airplane for 12 hours breathing recycled air? Or sit on an airplane for 12 hours with a really good mask on? Not me. And then what would I do? You know, I can't go out and see my parents, really. They're protected, they're elderly, so I can't go and stay with them. And what's the point of going there just to stand outside their house and shout at them? It's a sad situation. It brings it home to you. You know, how far away you are. Yeah, so it's 6 months into this period. What do we call it? Coronavirus period, the era of Corona. What can we do? What can we do? I guess we can dance. Just the early morning exercises, dancing. It's called auntie dancing usually, but we can dance. So I put the mask back up. Kids playground. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say really, apart from stay safe.